Guys, I was recently asked, what is a Christ-centered, gospel-focused response to the conflict in Israel for Americans? To which I said, I have no idea, but here's 5 thoughts. You may not enjoy 4 and 5. Number 1, we've got to allow ourselves to feel the overwhelming grief and pain of the situation. Acknowledge that even knowing about the conflict brings pain and grief shouldn't be ignored. Grief is love on fire. It's love meeting a great adversary. In order to avoid grief, we literally have to stop loving the world. So it's not normal to hear about children and women being raped and slaughtered. Acknowledging this and grieving appropriately is important. Number 2, I think it's okay to disengage from the news a little bit. In the information and technological age, we are bombarded constantly with reminders of the depravity of humanity. Most news is bad news. And there's a reason why EMTs and police, firefighters suffer from compassion fatigue and burnout and become callous to the world around them because they're overexposed to the trauma and grief in the world. And with technology, we're overexposed to trauma as well. And I think it's okay to unplug from some of the pain, especially when it's in far off distant lands and especially when we don't or can't be a part of the direct solution. Number 3, I think it's important to engage spiritually. Sometimes we underestimate the power of prayer, being silent before the Lord, or welcoming His presence to heal and restore our souls or lift heavy burdens. Number 4, forgive. Sometimes we forget that we have to forgive people even when they haven't directly affected us. There's unprecedented power in forgiveness. Forgiveness is not just excusing behavior, it's recognizing that something is so evil in the world that God alone must respond to it. Number 5, I think we need to re-engage and take action locally. The rape and slaughter of innocent children is not something that just takes place in far-off foreign lands. It's something happening right now, right here out in front of our doorsteps. So I'm looking for people who will go to the local abortion clinics where children are slaughtered. I'm looking for moms that will take their kids and play in front of abortion clinics. Your mere presence will change everything. Or who will get engaged in anti-trafficking efforts locally. The USA is one of the largest consumers of trafficking. Who will speak at local school board meetings to help fight against the indoctrination or sexualization of children? Who will speak at city council meetings and board of supervisors meetings? Because I think the worst thing we can do is get overwhelmed and paralyzed by the devastating grief across the world and let this yield inaction or indifference to the fight within our own country. So I love you guys. Thanks for letting me weigh in. Peace.